shut up! God! Yeah! I'm not yelling!
Damn! Flaky!
Okay, Boomer.
What is going on, everybody? I wanted to play that intro one last time because unfortunately I have some bad news. Mr. Two Star Wars Nerds will no longer be joining us for the Boomer Council. That was the last time that we're going to see that intro play. We'll come up with something different, something fun for the future. But unfortunately, he's got some obligations. He's growing. He's too good for us now. So he's got other things to do. But regardless, we will continue in the Boomer Council. We're going to move the day. The giant that is EBN decided to move directly to the time slot that Boomer Council is going on. And I know we share a lot of people. So I just want to... I want to make sure everybody gets their fair take. I know I watch the EBN stream, so like I don't want to miss them either. So that's kind of why we're moving it. But anywho, we are doing a guest Boomer Council today. So I'm going to bring in one of the homies right now. You may know him as Green Leader. It's the man himself, T Money. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Oh, just hanging out, you know. And we do have one other Green Squadron member coming in, Mr. Strike, but he's having some problems with his computer, so he's working on getting the iPad in. But how you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm back in college, junior year. Very exciting. I'm in Boston. So if you guys hear some background noise, that's why. It's very...
Did you not tell the fire department you were streaming and keep it down?
They are literally right across from me. It's funny.
You're right across from the firehouse?
Yeah, that's where my apartment is.
Isn't that lucky?
Yeah, but yeah, I actually had a class canceled today, so
oh, nice.
Like, hey, so because I have a lot of nighttime classes just because of the way the schedule worked out. But
I guess.
Yeah, so yeah, Zoomer Council. Yeah, that's funny.
Strike, what's going on, brother? Good to see you.
What is up?
You are looking high definition right now.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. The audio sounds better though if I don't know. On my iPad it just cut out weirdly.
I gotcha. No worries, man. We will chug through this anyways. What's going on, chat? What's up? Obsession was first this time. Oh my god, what's up, bro? Vori, how's it going? Average sent me a message. He's not going to be joining us tonight in the chat. I apologize. Aiden, good to see you. Darth Weaving, what's going on? Wholeness, how you doing? Trying to say hi to everybody. I mean, I want to make sure I'm missing this. Hey, what's up, Solonic? How you doing, man? They all just got knighted as EBN Knights, and I got left out completely. And I feel like
EBN
just
Knights.
Yeah, I want to send a text to Coach like, bro, am I just chopped liver, man? What is going on?
Breaking my
heart. Is it Knights of Melvin for boomers or
no? They're moderators, you fool. What's up, River? Good to see you, Proxy. How you doing, brother? And as always,
always
consistent,
like clockwork, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, as you can see at the bottom, we have some stuff we want to talk about tonight. The first one, I feel like we're not going to spend a lot of time on, but I did want to watch the trailer on this really quick and see if there's something I missed because I was wholly unimpressed with what I found. Star Wars Hunters. Do you guys have any, like, T-Money? You haven't seen the trailer yet, right?
I saw the cinematic one, yeah.
Okay. Is that what, maybe that's what I have. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the one you probably have.
Okay,
right,
all right.
Because I think the one that I saw was pretty cinematic too. I don't think there was any gameplay in that.
Not a game. Okay. Whoop, wrong one.
Yeah, I think that one's it.
So I'll cut the audio, but
Okay.
I mean, we start with this.
Mm-hmm.
What is she? She's like those are camera drones, right? And then we
yeah.
have the Arabesh right here that says fight.
Right. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we wind up with this lady right here. Oh, where'd she go?
Dathomiri and Sif, yeah.
So is she supposed to be Dathomirian?
I mean, she looks like Dathomiri.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a hard sell for me. I don't know. She's conveniently shaved one side of her head, which is something new. That's not something that we see from strong female characters these days.
Got her in my sights. Going in.
But
Lose your team again, Reed?
Don't need them to take you on, Aaron.
That Mando is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the Mando.
I like his design.
Yeah.
It's all yours,
And you also have like
Cross.
the more heavy armor type.
And this Wookiee is scary.
Yeah.
You can see like his weapons built out of. There's like a droid hand here,
Hmm.
and then I was trying to figure out what this is on his hammer right there, but I couldn't quite tell. It looks like a whole droid shoulder.
Possibly.
It is.
Is he just holding like that was one thing I was wondering. Is he just holding an E-Web blaster?
Yes, he is 100% holding a whole ass E-Web
All right.
with the power pack on his back.
He's not
Wait.
skipping arm day.
No, dude, that guy is shredded.
I am looking at a picture of the Wookiee, and it does look like the things that he's holding are droid arms.
Yeah, they almost look like
Right.
Imperial,
Yeah.
like K2SO arms or something.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was
cartoonified.
thinking.
They're pretty
Cartoonified.
big, so either like some Death Trooper type of arm or like K2.
I don't know.
Dark Trooper.
So this is my thought right off the bat. Now I know this is cinematic, but look at how small the arena is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting like big time Overwatch vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of Overwatch, Fortnite.
Overwatch, yeah, Overwatch, Fortnite.
I've seen like one of like there was like a screenshot. I don't know if that leaked or if that was like part of the publishment. But it looked like the way you look over the shoulder looked very Fortnite-y.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
Yeah.
did say it is third person.
Mm.
But then let's see our light side saber wielder. Now,
The
correct me
droid.
if I'm wrong. Doesn't that look a lot like Lando's love affair?
L3, kind of, yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Except the metal is made to look like a Jedi robe.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
don't
really
know.
metal or is that just cloth above
No,
the
that's
metal
that's
skeleton?
100% metal for sure. Because look, the paint's
yeah.
wearing off on the shoulders.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
looking at
Feel the light side.
Huh.
So is the robot force sensitive then?
I don't know.
Like, okay, I think the question that we should ask: how serious does this game take itself?
Yeah,
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
correct
think
me
this
if
is
I'm
gonna be a
wrong. Is
game
this
that's a
is this a
hardcore fan.
droidica?
Yeah.
It's an Ugnaught and a Droidica.
Yeah, but made to be like
One that-
Grievous's speeder.
Right. It's
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, it's 100% a droidica. I think I
Yeah,
must have looked
yeah,
away last time that happened.
Yeah. Looks like a reprogrammed Droidica.
Yeah, that's an E-Whip blaster.
Oh,
Target acquired.
does she have an Indian accent?
Target acquired.
Mm,
I can't
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah,
She
100%.
has
5 points if you can name the blaster though.
DL
Anybody?
44.
ELT.
Atta boy.
Does
Okay,
she
so
have-
here's our
does
look.
she have robotic legs?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yep. Okay, so we've got a Mando, do you call it a Jedi? Or maybe more like
I don't know.
proxy?
I mean,
Proxy's gonna like that. More of like a proxy. And then 2 Jawas standing on each other's
Top of each other.
shoulders. And then a Wookiee. And then we've got Ugnaught in a Droidica. Somehow carrying an E-Web.
yeah.
I'm assuming that's a bounty hunter and then a Sith, but she's not really a Sith. She wants to be a Sith, is what I was told. Like she's not a full-blown Sith yet.
According to the website, it says a dark side warrior.
Dark side
But-
warrior,
Okay,
yeah, that's
Horse.
what it is. Oops.
Horse.
And then I think we get a pan shot next.
It doesn't get closer than this. Down to the last 30.
And then we've got a couple maps here. So it looks like we were looking at the desert one, maybe like a Yavin 4 temple kind of area. It looks like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seconds.
I will say this.
No, it looks like
This-
Hoth.
This part right here reminds me a lot of the Jango Fett Bounty Hunter game,
Yeah.
where the first level, it's like
Yeah, the arena
this-
with the bugs.
this arena,
and, like,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Right.
Jango just swoops in and he has to
Mhm.
kill
See,
at least.
that game should not be named Hunters. There would be like Bounty Hunter, and then it would be Remaster.
Dude,
Hey,
that would
there
be
you
legit.
go.
Yeah.
What's up, niggy?
So
Yeah, so it's one of those things again, as we keep moving forward with Star Wars, you have so much money, you have so much you can do, and then this is the route that you take. Now, my first thought is this is a money grab. Money.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, I mean, it's
capitalize
already
on a bunch
confirmed
of
it has
kids, right?
microtransactions.
It's got
Yeah.
I mean, Zynga is the company that makes it, and obviously they're the ones who make the mobile games, which is like you can't play them unless you spend at least $2 or $3 to make it manageable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like watching a soap opera. It's like 15 minutes of commercials and then something happens for like 1 minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay, I think it's interesting that they're releasing it on the Switch as well as mobile. I thought that was
Yeah,
kind
I think
of
that's like a common
weird.
theme nowadays. Like, I
Is
see a
it?
lot of mobile games being also released on Switch, if I remember correctly. I couldn't name any, but I do remember like other games having the same way of publishment. I don't know.
It's the first time I've heard of it, and I thought it was kind of weird because I feel like it's so much more easy just to grab people's money out of their hands when you're on mobile as compared to
Hmm.
like on a Switch. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
Yeah,
it's probably free to play on the phone, and then it's going to cost money to buy the disc on the Switch. I don't
I
know.
could
But
imagine that.
anyway, the wind blows. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to play this, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, I don't even think it's coming on PC, and that's like what I play on. I don't have a Switch, and this game, like, I don't have like, I have like very low interest at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Granted, like, obviously, it's not a game that I feel is directed towards me. I don't really like battle royales or arena what style games really. Don't like Fortnite at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It yeah, it's just not for me. That's all I'll say.
That's kind of where
Yeah.
I'm at. Yeah. Strike, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking kind of the same. Like I like the screenshots I've seen that look very much like Fortnite. I'm very much not a fan. I mean, back in the day when Fortnite came out, I was side PUBG, so that's not a good start anyway. But I also seen some screenshots of like the game having skins for weapons, and that is like the last straw that made me like, yeah, Star Wars Weapons is like that one game, like that one, like if you have a Star Wars shooter, I just don't want any skins on blasters. I just
Right.
don't feel like it matches. I don't think
Yeah.
it works.
That's the same
And
with me with like World War II games. I don't want to see a gold M1 Grand.
oh
Like
yeah,
that is a
right.
woodstocked weapon.
It
I don't
just
want
it
to see
doesn't
it
match
platinum
the
plated.
theme.
Yeah.
But again, I just think that this game is just all over
Not for
the
you.
place. I don't think it takes itself too
Yeah.
seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
the characters are very loosely based on characters that we know, and yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna play it, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't destroy anything, so I'm just
Yeah.
not really hyped about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like originally, like when they did like the teaser trailer and stuff, I thought it was gonna be like more like, oh, you're gonna create your own hunter, and like that's what it is. But it
That
seems
would be cool.
it seems more like Overwatch and Apex Legends, where they have like
Mm.
established characters that you choose, and then you can probably like customize their look and all that.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, instead of like it is just called Hunters. It's not called like Bounty Hunters or anything. But because it just kind of feels like to me that they just took like a bunch of like stuff from Star Wars and just like threw them all in there. I mean that's kind of like cool in the aspect of like, oh, it's like taking back to like when you were a kid and you had all these action figures and you used to like, oh, will my Chewbacca beat up this Boba Fett? But I don't know. It still feels like hyper stylized and just not meant for me, really.
That's the thing. So, like, that's part of growing up, right? Is they're gonna release stuff that's just not meant for me. That's not meant for me, man.
Right.
Yeah, this is not my thing. But I think the thing that pisses me off about it is that it's intentionally a money grab.
Yeah.
with the Star Wars IP attached to it. That's the part that
Mhm.
kind of irks me. You know?
And obviously, it's also like I was kind of saying, like it's almost like the action figures for the kids. This is obviously very, very like the core focus is to get kids to play it, and
Yeah.
then money grabbing. They're gonna like use their parents' credit card, basically. Like, oh, mommy, I want to get the skin for this or that, and it's
Yeah.
yeah. So it is a
Yeah.
little bit like morally, I'm like, really, you're gonna do that? But I don't know.
Right, and it also just seems like it's the way it's built is like it's accessible to anyone who doesn't even necessarily know about Star Wars. It's just kept very simple.
Yeah,
It's
that's
definitely
fair.
not pandering to the hardcore audience because I mean,
Hmm.
honestly, I mean, I get like confused or like irritated when I see the wrong arrow weapons on Battlefront 2. So I mean, it's not hard to make me
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, no. But
yeah,
and not
but
saying that kids can't be hardcore fans because I mean, as a
yeah,
kid, I already was a pretty hardcore fan,
yeah,
as
same here.
most of you guys
Yeah.
too. So,
Mm.
but yeah, it
I
definitely
don't
seems
even.
like it's just
Screw you, Nicky Nick. Did you guys bring yours, by the way, though?
No.
No. Okay. All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
Oops, wrong one.
I don't think this has a story. I don't really expect them to. So it's like
It's
even
not gonna
like
have a story, dude.
cannot like canon wise, like does this even fit? Like are they gonna say like, oh, this Mandalorian's an actual character, or is this just gonna
Nah,
be like I don't know, just left on the wayside?
You
I
know what
don't
I
think
think would have been
so.
a lot more fun, dude? Is if they'd have taken these characters and made like a Super Smash Bros. Type game.
Yeah,
And you could have like Captain Rex fighting somebody, and like his is, like Star Fox. You remember Star Fox had the
yeah,
blaster and he could
yeah.
shoot against like Link. That would
Ooh,
be the person that had the Jedi. I want to see
See,
that. I want to see a Star Wars reskin of Super
yeah.
Smash Bros.
See that'd be cool. But then again,
yeah,
it's like, I mean, Fortnite with kids is probably more popular than Smash Brothers in this
right.
day and age. But
Not with me. This is
yeah,
the
no,
Boomer Council. What the fuck are you doing?
that's why I said kids, not us. we're too old for that.
I run a Star Wars community, man. That is what I do. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So, anyways, in closing, not super stoked on it. I guarantee I'm going to play it at some point. I mean, I have to, unless I watch
Right.
the gameplay and I'm like, oh fuck, then I'm not
Right.
then I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
so yeah, look, whatever. We're not going to get everything we need. We got to look forward to the stuff that we are going to get, which is a lot of good
Yeah.
on TV stuff. And I think the banger Star Wars games are coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was my deal too, is that like if this was just the only Star Wars game that we've heard like for an entire year, I'd be like, are you serious? This is really all we're getting? But we obviously still have Lego Star Wars, which got delayed again, but I'm still waiting for that. Even though Lego is made for kids, that's like way more appealing to me.
Yeah, 100%.
And Strike, I know you too.
Yeah.
And then we got like Jedi 2 coming. I'm
Hopefully.
really surprised we heard about the KOTOR remake before Jedi 2. That was
I'm
just
shocked.
yeah, because I heard the rumors, but I'm like, we're not going to hear news about that until like years from now. But
I mean, it wasn't even like, yes, we're going to make a KOTOR remake. It's like we get a freaking teaser of
a
Revan himself.
cinematic,
It's like,
literally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get there.
That's
part 3. That's part 3.
Yeah.
We're only on episode 1. All right. So next thing we were going to talk about, and I don't really have a format for it, but something that's super important. I know we got 27 people in here right now. So our good friend here, T Money, has a channel. Well, you know what? You plug it, and then I say what we got to do.
Okay. So I have my main channel, T Money Startwell, but I also have the second channel that's called Battlefront Themes, and it's kind of funny the way that I created it. Originally, I just did it as a second YouTube account because I want to send something through Discord, but I didn't have Nitro, so I just uploaded it on YouTube and then sent it to them. And but I made it public and got views. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe I should do more of this. So the concept of it is that in Battlefront 2015 and 2017, when you spawn as a hero, it'll play their music theme. So like for Luke Skywalker, when you come out, it plays the main Star Wars theme. Da, 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 da. And then
Yeah, hit that fucking high note. Dude.
yeah. Darth Vader, Imperial March, Emperor plays the Emperor theme. And like then after when Battlefront 2 was being announced, I was like, oh, they're adding Darth Maul, they're adding Yoda, they're adding all these new characters. I'm gonna make themes for them before the game comes out. So what I did was I have to like scroll all the way down to my timeline. Yeah, I made a Darth Maul theme using Duel of the Fates, of course, and I published it. And this was before the alpha or the beta was out, so like we didn't actually get like official gameplay of Darth Maul. And it turns out that was literally the theme that they chose. Like even the defeat theme, which I didn't know that they were gonna do, they literally pulled it straight from when Qui-Gon got killed. And it exploded with views. Like right now it has 22,000 views. And,
So did you sue Lucasfilm for
no, because honestly they probably had it like already done before I published the video. But yeah, it was just funny because like then all the comments were like, wait, you published this before the gameplay was out. How are you right?
That's what I'm saying, dude. I would have hired some nice big Boston lawyer to go down there and say something to me.
Yeah, but then after, so I did Yoda. I didn't get Yoda's right. And then I did one for Grievous before like he even came to the game because I thought like launch was coming. I'm like, oh, they're gonna definitely have Obi-Wan and Grievous. Turns out I was wrong, and I was very disappointed. But Grievous, they actually used a very similar one as well. Kylo Ren, Anakin, Jango Fett, and Padme because I really wanted them in the game, and then they never came, and I was so sad. And after. I did like all the main characters, so I'm like, okay, let's like do some other ones like Grand Admiral Thrawn. Let's do the Mandalorian, and then like more and more people just wanted more. So then I just kind of kept reaching out at like different characters, and then I ended up doing some Marvel, some DC stuff as well. So it's kind of grown beyond just like the main Star Wars characters, but yeah, it's. I kind of made it myself to like just kind of be an archive of like a lot of like good music tracks, but people enjoy it, so I'm still making them. I made one recently, and it's so funny. I wanted to do one for Darth Revan, and then when I heard the rumor that the KOTOR remake was coming, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hold on this until like we actually hear word. And I was like, it's gonna be so long, but then after they dropped the trailer, I'm like, oh, I gotta upload this right now. So yeah. I went and I quickly edited a video and I uploaded it, and yeah. So
all right, well, I want to hear that one, but there was one in particular I really wanted to hear. There is one that I wanted to hear. So these are, they're short, they're 21 seconds long, but if Jar Jar Binks was a hero in Battlefront 2, well, Battlefront 1, I guess, this is what you would have heard when you spawned as Jar Jar. Hold on, let me turn this way up. Make sure you can hear it. And then when you died,
he's the Lord.
Glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose. So what would have been Jar Jar's special powers as a hero in Battlefront?
Definitely something with his tongue.
I was gonna say tongue grab for sure. Like he would have just like flonked, and it like Yoshi like wrapped around his neck and just like and then just choked him.
Stormtrooper.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like another one would have been like he just has like a battle droid arm attached to his arm, and he just like slaps it around,
slinging it around, shooting people. Like auto targeted enemies as he was spinning.
and the last one, definitely the Boomba.
Had to be a Boomba. Hey ho, Boomer.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so like I said, we've got 26 people in here. Can you share me the private chat, the
Yes.
link to that?
Yep.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. This guy is at 950.
55 now.
955. I want to get this guy at least 26 more. At least
Yeah.
26 more. Get him that much closer because, like, dude, this guy's put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Just go sub over there. Like, why are people so shisty about subbing? They're like, I'm not gonna do that. Just do it. Help somebody out, man.
Add
I
So-
some
really
stuff to your
appreciate it.
collection. Come on.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna copy this link address and then go over there. If you want to go listen to the Revan theme, right? It's posted.
Do you want me to link that?
Well, I mean, yeah, you could, yeah. We have the videos. Make them go over there and subscribe before they can listen to the Revan theme. So
Okay.
please go over there, subscribe to it, because I want to see this guy. He's so close,
Yeah.
so close.
Yeah.
T Money's been a homie of the channel since pretty close to day one.
Yeah, it was a couple days later, but
yeah,
yeah.
it was like day three or four.
Yeah.
Like he's already subbed up. I appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you
get
so
over there,
much.
get over there, and blow him up. So
Come on.
now the buzz obviously is Kotor right now. Everybody's pumped on Kotor. I originally had one of you coming on, and then you guys switched, and then Obsession's working a long day, so I was like, sweet, we get both of you guys, and you guys are both Old Republic lore nerds. So I want to hear what you're excited about. Are you not an Old Republic nerd, Strike?
I've never been like I've watched like cinematic stuff, but I've never really dived deep into the lore. So
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I can cover for both.
Money has the understanding for the two of us. So
We should have gotten Sawyerism in here.
Oh boy. But yeah, so it was funny. I was with like some friends in BC, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was funny. I was with a friend in BC, and he's like watching the PlayStation event. He's like, dude, they just dropped a Star Wars trailer, and he didn't tell me what it was. And I'm like, but like he was literally screaming like so loud that his mic cut out. So I'm like, oh, this has to be hype. So then I go in and like I hear like I see it and I'm like, wait a second, is this like they were talking about the Sith? I'm like, wait, is this isn't Fallen, this isn't like Jedi 2? Is this like maybe a spinoff? And then like I hear it and I'm like, dude, wait, that's Revan? And I'm like, holy they are actually doing it. And there were rumors like way back when they were talking about it, but I'm like, this probably isn't going to come out until like a long time. We're probably not going to hear any news about it. And then boom, just a trailer drops. And yeah, I'm super hyped. I didn't grow up with KOTOR because I didn't have an Xbox, but definitely over the years I read up a lot about the lore, and then I got the game on PC, and I started it, and then after because the port on Steam is like really old and it would crash a lot, so I kind of like lost interest in finishing the game because of just how many bugs there were.
Yeah.
But then after like one day I actually like stuck out and completed it, and it was such a great experience. And then I did KOTOR 2, which has a much better port, because I believe Aspire actually worked on the update for KOTOR 2 on Steam. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I know they did the ports to mobile, but I also think they did it for that Steam update. They never updated KOTOR 1, but obviously now we know why. So
yeah.
Why does Strike look like a zombie? Oh man. Well, what time is it for you, Strike?
It's 3:30.
He's got the shades down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Proxy we have, and we'll get there. But we're talking about the good stuff right now.
Yeah. Regardless, I also played KOTOR 2, and I played it with the Sith Restoration mod, which added a lot of the cut content and restored what the game was, because KOTOR 2 was rushed out, and it was like very buggy. I haven't played the original, of course, on Xbox, but definitely when I played it with the restored content mod, it was so good. It had such a great story. It had so many great characters. And I just love both of the games. And it's super awesome. And I also played, I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO.
Still play.
Yeah, I still play. Not as much as I used to, but I played that for like so many years, and that game is a lot. It's different. I still like it a lot. But definitely KOTOR 1 and 2 like have top tier stories and characters.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'm just super happy to like be getting this back. I don't know if they're making this canon or if it's still remaining in Legends, but regardless if it is or isn't, this is going to generate hype back for the Old Republic era. And depending on
That's
how
my
this,
thought, dude. If
yeah,
this thing blows up,
if this thing sells well,
this could be the keyhole into the Old Republic, you know, like expansion, right? We finally
yeah,
get some of these stories looked at, because when they trashed the EU and they're like,
yeah,
no, I'm like,
There is no
dude,
source material.
what is your problem? That is like, it
The
is
old-
the
yeah.
richest. It's
Yeah.
the richest story base in
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and
That was upsetting.
The Old Republic just had so much like lore in the Legends timeline, with the games, with comics, with books. Like there was so much like interesting lore to that. And it was a little bit difficult, especially with the games, to kind of like, how is this canon? Because you basically make your own choices, especially in SWOTOR, where like there's like a million different choices.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
And you literally create your own character. So it's like, how does this like actually fit into a timeline? But regardless, if this game does sell well and gets like, obviously us sweaties know about the Old Republic, but to a lot of like the normal casual Star Wars fans, they'll actually like play this for the first time and realize just how big this era can be. And then hopefully we'll get comics, books, movies, potentially series. Like that'd be so freaking cool to see like a KOTOR series or movie.
I wonder if they almost do the remake sort of like I almost hate to put the two together, but almost like Grand Theft Auto, where you have a story but it's the open world, and then once it's over, it transitions into kind of like the online, where you can exist in the universe, but all your friends can play together, kind of like SWOTOR.
Actually, one thing I actually was kind of I was talking about this with one of my friends, is that like KOTOR, it's a great game, but like obviously stuff is dated, and they're gonna definitely update it to this time, the combat, and
politics.
Let's get to that a little bit later, but like you know, I'd be totally open to like have more side quests, or to have originally they had Yavin 4, but it was like a station that you visited. It wasn't the actual planet. So
right.
People are kind of hoping that maybe we can actually get the full planet of Yavin 4, or maybe they'll even add another planet on top of that. That'd be awesome, because I know KOTOR 2 had like another planet, but that was scrapped. So who knows what they can do. The other thing is that like kind of gets me is that like you play through the awesome like story of KOTOR, but then like once you finish it, like you can't actually like do anything. You have to restart it. So like for me, I like spent my time like collecting all these credits and stuff. Then I go off to like face the final boss, and I beat him, and then the game's over, and I'm like, wait, I had all those credits and I didn't spend them. So
yeah. Well, that's where I think like community missions would be a big thing.
Yeah.
So like giving the community, because the best game developers in the world don't work for game developers. If that makes sense. Have you seen Galactic Contention, the mod for Squad?
I've heard of it, but
it's disgustingly beautiful. It is effing awesome, dude. It's really, really beautiful.
Nighttime, like it's kind of like basically like Battle of Geonosis and Attack of the Clones, just at nighttime, and you just see the light blast.
Yeah, so they modded the tracers to be blue and red. So like when you're charging at the enemy force, you just see like blaster bolts are just flying past your head, and then they're all lit up with the dust particle. It's like, I'm a cinematic guy. I like things to be cinematic, and sometimes I'll even play games like not to play through the story, but just to make it look cinematic. Maybe I'm a psychopath, but I did that a lot with What was the Roman game? Rise. Did you ever play that on Xbox One? It was called Rise, and I did that stuff all the time. You know, you just play it to make it look, you're reliving the experience, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, especially if we would have like battles based on certain scenes. Like, for instance, Battle of Geonosis. Like, I don't care if I don't see the enemy. If there's like just a dust storm in front of me and I can just shoot in the general direction where the droids are at, I'm happy because that's accurate.
Yeah, that makes you a happy boy for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be screaming for the Republic out of my lungs as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mrs. X-Wing intervening.
Yeah, let's give him a little bit of time.
Sorry, please talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no
All right.
worries. But yeah, definitely I'm super hyped for this game, and just the potential it has to just revitalize this era. And there's so many
100%.
many great characters between Revan, Malik, Bastila, Jolie. There's just so much that I'm just so excited to like see.
I mean,
reimagined.
right, if it's successful and it opens the gate to the old Republic era, and they like really re-release that kind of stuff in new graphics or in I don't know, series form, movie form, I would love that. I mean, let alone if you haven't, like, if you don't know too much about the old Republic, just like look up the cinematic trailers they made for the old Republic. These trailers are insane, like, especially for the time. They're so beautifully stunning from a cinematic standpoint, and they have so much story in them. Like, they're not that long, but they have so much story, like, and character development just in those few minutes. Like, especially like one of my favorite ones is the free trailer part series with Malgus and Satele. I mean, that is just
it's so good. And also just the idea that like we have like, you know, the era of the Republic and the just like the Skywalker saga in general. We've been restricted to like having only 2 Sith because of the Rule 2. You know, we have Inquisitors, we have Ventress, we have all that stuff. But the old Republic, you can actually have thousands of Sith versus thousands of Jedi. And that's something that we have not seen on screen. And that'd be so freaking cool. Just like the cinematics you were talking about. Oh, that just give it to me, please. So yeah.
That's the big thing. I always think about, when I think about like SWTOR, I think about the scene, and it was in the Revan book too, when they smash the shuttle through the Jedi Temple. And you first see like 50 red lightsabers. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I just remember in that
like the
book,
old, like when you were gone, I was just saying, like, if they open the gate to the old Republic, like those cinematic trailers, like, they're like only like a few minutes long, but they have such stunning cinematics and like the story and like character development in only these small snippets. It's insane. Like, it's just a different time that Star Wars was at. And like, yeah, as I said, like, I think the free trailer part with Malgus and Satele and I don't know what the captain is called, but that whole like charge of the Republic troopers. That is like some,
when they jump off the cliff. Jump off the cliff.
I had some, when I watched that for the first time, I had some like really heavy 212 Utapau vibes with them just like railing off and like going into battle. It's just so good.
It's almost like we were attracted to the wars part of Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Star Wars.
Forgetting Aiden on the stream. We run 3 people on Boomer Council.
There can only be 3.
Sundays for the homies. Sundays for the homies. Don't worry. We can talk about all this stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And so my question is, with all of this, I got to go back up to a comment from just a little bit earlier.
Sorry if you can hear.
Was that? It was like a Mazda. What was that?
I don't know. People speed by.
T. Davidson always nails it right on the head. That's the beauty of Star Wars. The potential is unlimited.
Yeah.
For
And you have
sure.
all that potential and you come up with hunters.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the stuff that's frustrating for me as a
Yeah.
fan, is like they're
Mhm.
what if they made that instead like a lightsaber combat arena instead with good fighting mechanics?
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
if it was stylized the way it is, I would still be into it.
I'm still waiting for a game where you can like maybe like a multiplayer. Like I don't know, with Star Wars I would probably, just for the sake of like having like accurate battles, like especially if it would be like Clone Wars era, I would like them to expand on the like offline and maybe co-op sort of
Mhm.
side.
Like couch
Because
co-op?
it just would work out more cinematic, I think.
Dude,
But
they won't do coach co-op anymore.
yeah, I know, but with like lightsabers, I'm still waiting. Like maybe they're gonna include something like that in Jedi Fallen Order 2 with like actual like lightsaber forms that you can select.
Mhm. That'd be
Like
cool.
I'm still waiting for like a game that lets you do that. That would be
Mhm.
super awesome.
Star
Yeah.
pillow fights.
Yeah, you know, and I was even kind of thinking about this too. Is that like, I remember like a lot. This was a long time ago, but people were kind of, you know, how they have heroes versus villains in Battlefront. Some people were even thinking like, what if they expanded on that and had like the heroes in that game, or heroes versus villains, but like solely just dedicated to that, so you can bring in more heroes. Um, that's something I'd like if we did have like kind of an arena, but where we get to play the actual characters we like Jango Fett, like Padme, like Ahsoka, like Ventress, like the people who didn't actually make it to Battlefront.
Right.
That would be cool. But Hunters is just like a bunch of new characters, which I mean look familiar. Like you have a Wookiee, that's like Chewbacca. You have a Mandalorian, that's like Boba Fett. But it's still like I don't really care. So, yeah.
But it's probably gonna blow up, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. I mean, I don't know. Is the turn-based game? Was that Star Wars Heroes?
Yeah, that was
Galaxy
the
of
mobile
Heroes.
one,
Like,
Galaxy of Heroes. Yeah,
that I mean
Yeah.
that is like the worst mobile game for Star Wars.
dude, there are a lot of people that play it that like it.
Yeah. It also.
I know it's popular. I just never caught the like. I didn't understand the interest. I don't know.
Yeah, I also know that EA made so much freaking money off that game that like
Yeah.
they wanted to double down on like that. I think that was the whole reason why Battlefront 2 had microtransactions, was because that game performed so well with microtransactions that they're like, hey,
For a little.
yeah. So everyone's like, they're like EA execs, hey, DICE, you're working on a game. Yeah, looks good. Okay, add in all these microtransactions because we want more money. Because look at Galaxy of Heroes, that blew up. Okay, you do the same. And the DICE devs are like, we don't want to do that. Well, do it or you're gonna get canceled. So
because money.
Yeah. So
right. And then they apply things that well, I shouldn't say it doesn't work, because it's definitely going to work with the very casual or not even like really Star Wars fan base. They just see a cartoony looking shooter and it's like, yay, I'm gonna play that. But like as I said, like the whole skin thing, like as a hardcore Star Wars fan, like I'm just like, why? No, I don't see the need. I don't see any need to get a skin for a blaster in Star Wars.
It's the way of the future.
Right.
Like I said, I think this is gonna appeal more for like the kids and casuals. So that like a kid could be like, oh yeah, I like Fortnite. Oh, what's this new game? It looks like Fortnite. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Oh, this is Star
And didn't
Wars?
they put Mando in Fortnite?
Yeah, they added a ton. I never played it though, so
yeah, I haven't played it yet. It's probably fun as hell, but I've just been like,
yeah, I'm just not into battle royales really.
It's like scooters, you know. Like scooters are dope, man, but you ain't gonna see me riding it when I'm 30 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say that now.
Yes.
We'll see, man. It could be totally fun. Honestly, like I have no idea. It could be totally
Yeah.
fun, but I still just like even this is the Boomer Council. The older I get, I'm longing for more in-depth, darker, emotionally invested stories from Star Wars. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And we'll get it. We'll get it for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've gotten a lot of, we're getting anime Star Wars. We're getting this Hunters game. Definitely seems like they're moving less towards the storytelling and more towards like, how do we get the young kids in and then just absolutely wreck their wallets?
Right.
Yeah, they're definitely branching out to more communities and audiences, which I mean is fine because we are getting so much more content. Like there are things still for the hardcores like us, like Book of Boba Fett. I actually got my Boba Fett t-shirt on right now. So yeah, that's why I'm not so I guess angry with the fact that like, oh, why are they wasting so much time on Hunters, but they're still making KOTOR. So it's like I still have something to look forward to. Granted,
Yeah,
do I wish that they focus like all on good content? Yeah, but if they want to make some side things for different audiences, that's okay.
Yeah,
I
for
think,
sure.
I think it's definitely noteworthy that right now we're in a state, or I feel like I'm in a state where, like, yeah, I'm not really hyped about the game, but there's so much other awesome stuff that is going to entertain me in the future. And I'm just like, well, too bad. Whatever. I have so much else to look forward to. And I think that's like something that is nothing that we would have thought we had like before season 1 of Mando, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting question here, dude. Do you think Disney can deliver on the darker stories? I mean, Rogue One was pretty dark, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then hold on, there's a trolley poly in the chat. Yo, are you racing anime now? No, I just said that we're getting anime.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna speak my mind on that because I know people are not gonna be happy.
I didn't say I hate anime. I said I'm not an anime guy. That's like, hey, if you had a hamburger before, like, no, I've never had one. What do you mean you hate hamburgers?
Yeah, that true. Yeah.
I don't watch it. The one thing I hate, and I've said it a million times, the one thing I do hate about anime is the long cut and then it goes to the eye and then it moves to something else. That's the one thing I do hate. It's moving to the eye and then it moves somewhere else.
The overly dramatic aspect. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not an anime guy too. We don't need to get into detail.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
We can get into it. We can talk about Visions. It's not on the marquee at the bottom, but we can talk about Visions.
I argue with my friends all the time about anime, and it just drains me. So
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Really? I don't have friends that argue about anime.
Well, it's because they try to force me to watch it, but I'm like, I have so much other stuff I'd rather do.
Right.
Yeah, but if it's Star Wars anime.
Well, we can talk about Star Wars anime when it comes out.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, we've talked about the trailers, so there really isn't anything new to the discussion. So, yeah.
It's kind of like all this. I was kind of thinking this too, is that we're getting like so much more Star Wars content on the horizon and stuff that obviously I'm gonna focus my time into the Star Wars that I like. So the fact that there is Hunters that's like for something else, I'm probably not gonna play it, but that's all right because I'm gonna invest my time elsewhere. So
Well, that's kind of the interesting thing now. There was a time long ago when you only had one type of Star Wars. That came from one man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And as this expands, I think older folks like me are like, I hate change. Fuck that.
I understand.
Stay the same. But you got to realize that there will still be that avenue. I think there's still going to be that, and I can tell with the Mandalorian, they're still trying to. It's never going to be what it was, but they're still trying to stick to that main line, and then there's going to be a bunch of different offshoots, and that's why now you can say, okay, I want to focus on that.
Yeah.
And welcome, sir.
Oh
You watch my
wow!
vids, but first time being here live. I'm so glad to have you, man.
Welcome,
I've only
welcome.
put out like 4 videos. What do you mean you watch my vids? I've got like 15 minutes of content.
Oh yeah. Just because we're on stream, I'd like to thank you again, X-Wing, for watching my poetry video. That was an awesome
Oh
reaction.
man, that was some good stuff.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How you doing? These guys
Hey,
all
what's
got
up?
knighted tonight. They all got wrenches, and I was just left like Bantha Poodoo in the middle of the street, and I'm fucking mad about it. Okay, right? I even sent Coach a link. I was like, "You better come in here and explain yourself. Son. You better explain yourself."
Yeah.
If he does Boba Fett right, give us an Alita 2.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
liked that. I liked that movie. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm stuck on Star Wars. Rogue One doesn't count. Like, you could imagine a woke Vader. There's no way they could do that. Can't they, though?
Just imagine.
Never say never.
I've heard a lot of people that were mad about a comic series recently with Vader. That they thought he was kind of he was like dumbed down. I'm trying to remember what stream I was in because I told you I'm not a comic guy. I have a bunch of them, but I can't read them
I'm a
because
comic guy.
they're old and in the thing.
I
But
only remember, right? Like I don't really read comics either. But like I remember that at some point, like people were mad. I think it was the new Vader comic series.
it's when
because they
he goes to when
things
he
with
goes to
Exegol.
Exegol. It's when he goes to Exegol. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, he just
And
acts
they
like
were
an
like,
idiot.
well, that doesn't really make sense because
Yeah.
like why would he know about it and like it's not mentioned at all? Like yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I read that series and it is weird because like, it kind of just felt rushed. Like he just like they kept building like, oh, he's gonna go to Exegol, but oh, he needs to fight a bunch of Imperial TIE fighters because like he's being a traitor right now, and oh, now he has to fight this monster. Oh, like they kept putting obstacles. It was just kind of like delaying it and delaying it. So like when he did get there, it just kind of felt rushed. And yeah, it's I don't know.
Wait, what is this? Well, I heard that Luke had a yellow lightsaber.
Yeah.
Which that I mean, like if it's an interim saber, whatever, okay, like no biggie. But he blames Yoda for his defeat from Vader. The guts they pulled doing that.
He got
is this canon comics now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Luke goes to another Jedi temple, and he faced like the ghost of the Grand Inquisitor, and he gets a yellow lightsaber from like that was just left there. This was so many comics ago, so I don't remember it specifically.
Okay.
But yeah, that was just a while ago. Right now, the comics are kind of in this this arc called War of the Bounty Hunters, and it do you guys care about like? I'm not gonna spoil the entire thing, but like kind of a big spoiler. You guys might have already heard it, but
well, War of the Bounty Hunters is everybody fighting over Solo and Carbonite, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're trying to work that into Book of Boba, is what I've heard.
Do you know who came back though? Do you want me to drop it?
Yeah,
like,
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. They brought back Kira from Solo.
Yeah.
And Crimson Dawn. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to check. Weirdly enough, she actually duels Darth Vader, and
what the
fuck?
And there is no duel.
And she's using like Teräs Kasi, and Vader even recognizes that it's Darth Maul's like fighting style. Like he's like, wait, your master. I don't remember the exact line, but like
wait. So Kira is force sensitive, or
no? She has like some freaking, I don't remember what the weapon was, but like she was like literally dueling like Darth Maul against Darth Vader.
Like those little blades that Voss had in the end of Solo.
Let me find the picture because
Dryden Voss had those little blades that had the energy shields right in the front of them. Yeah,
these were definitely longer. I just have to kind of find it.
So Kira, let me just get this right. Kira
Yeah.
fights Darth Vader.
Yeah. It's really
And
weird.
survives?
They fight because everyone's after Han Solo, like Luke, Leia, Lando. Then Vader and the Empire is hunting for Han, but then also the Hutts are hunting for Han, and also like Dengar and this other bounty hunter Valence are hunting for Han, and also Boba Fett's hunting for Han. Forlom and Zacchaeus are hunting. Everyone's after Han, and it's yeah.
Can I just highlight this comment really quick? She had to show Vader how it's done.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hold on.
Wow.
I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to find
it's Darth Vader. I don't know if anybody remembers, like, that's Darth Vader.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a link to.
Yeah, I don't see how she would even slightly be
She
able
wouldn't,
to
not even
start
for
a
a
duel.
second, dude. Vader would just
Right,
go.
exactly. Like, yeah. I mean, if you
He
don't have the
does
force and
defeat
you're
her.
like dumb enough to challenge Vader, he's just gonna end you.
Bro, Cal Kestis would have wiped the floor with Kira. And look what happened when he met Vader. He's like, oh,
Yeah. I just sent you the links to some pictures
Okay.
in the private chat.
All right. Check it
gotta
out.
pull those
Let's
up.
check it out. Oh, she looks so nice.
She looks swole, like super buff. It's kind of intimidating.
Oh, is it though?
I mean, if they're gonna bring back Emilia Clarke, she needs to. Like,
Oh, those
take
aren't
some gains.
bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew they were like some sort of baton, but yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the comics are kind of weird right now. But something that is a little bit weird. One of the comics introduced this character called Hammerhead, and from leaks, I heard that Hammerhead is going to be showing up in Book of Boba.
I have heard that as well.
Yeah, and it was so weird because it was just like one of the random comics, and like they just said like he wasn't even an integral part of the story. It was just like Hammerhead, and it was an Ithorian. So yeah.
All right.
Did they give her unshaved armpits for that? I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways,
well, to be honest,
show.
I mean, I know it's canon, but not even trying to be disrespectful to comic fans. But if it's not on the big screen, it's kind of easier to just say, well,
yeah,
it's not, that didn't really happen like that.
I mean,
like,
look at
best
the
canon is
comic,
headcanon, so.
And what Bad Batch did, it kind of just overrid it. So.
Or Nikki, yeah, she's been real quiet. Everybody's making fun of women. She should be in here just roasting me right now.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
Yep, somebody left a tortilla on the damn oven too long.
Oh no.
There you go. Okay, hold on. Let me share this last one here. This is, let me share this. Hold on. Share screen. All right. So this is, I didn't read it. I want to read it live here. And the next will be you, a pity for such skill to go to waste. But you were a fool to challenge me, and now you will pay the weight. I sense. Is she putting her body in front of a lightsaber in front of Han?
Yeah, so she was trying to protect Han because Vader was right about to kill Han. But then what happened is he sensed Luke because Luke was flying in.
Okay, wait.
Is this?
But how does that
where
make
is
sense?
is this on Cloud City?
No, this is, I don't remember the planet, but it's just a planet that Crimson Dawn is.
How does that make sense? He literally gives him to Boba, and he's like, he's now all yours, bounty hunter. Like,
yeah. So
how does that make sense that Vader even needs Han Solo and Carbonite anymore? Like,
wouldn't Leia also just beat the shit out of Kira? Like, that's my man, bro.
Yeah. So the deal is that Boba Fett lost Han Solo because Kira and Crimson Dawn took him. And
all right, it's already not canon because Boba wouldn't lose Han Solo. It's end of the discussion, okay?
Well, actually, the way they did it was actually not bad because he he basically had to like enter like an arena fight, and he was dressed up in all black, and he went by the moniker Django. That part was actually kind of cool. The fact that he lost Han, that was dumb, but I guess it was done to like actually make the story progress. And I think the whole reason why Vader kind of just had Han in the reason why Vader had Han in Empire to do that was to kind of lure him in to have Luke, face him. So at this point, Vader didn't really care. He was just like, I need to like have Luke here, because that's all his mind is set on, is just to have Luke and also to destroy those who quote unquote made him weak. That's what the comic says.
So is this true that the Ithorian in the cantina is Hammerhead?
Really?
I have no idea, but that would be a cool callback.
That would be.
Somebody fact check that, because that would be cool.
Wikipedia right now.
That would be cool.
But talking about the cantina scene, can we talk about that?
Strike, I'm gonna let you handle this one.
Oh,
Justin, I can't promise no disintegrations.
Ban them right now. Okay. Hammerhead.
X-Wing told me he's all yours, bounty hunter.
Boba Fett is a brown man like me. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's weird. Right, all I'm seeing on Wikipedia is that it's a term used to refer to Ithorians, but I could have sworn there was like an actual
Hammerhead
character.
I figured they would have named him like Doc Ondar. Like that would have been Doc Ondar that was in the cantina,
Yeah.
I don't know. Nirporio, what's going on, brother? So glad to have you here.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, that's been going on all night. Yes, it is a guest boomer council. For the love of God!
Well. Hey, listen, the boomers need their rest, so the zoomers have to take over.
They do, that's what it was. They just needed some sleep.
Yeah.
Right. So stay calm. It's gonna go back to normal.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay, wait. I think it is actually the guy from the cantina. Is it? Wait.
I do. I feel it deep down. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a different name. It's like Mo Ma.
No, you're
It
not.
said in the comments that like Brock commented, if you look at the Wikipedia for Hammerhead and you scroll all the way down, like his appearances show Star Wars
A New Hope.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he ate all of them.
Yeah.
That was funny with Star Wars Meg earlier. Strike, how's your butthole? I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Out of context? Yeah,
out of context, that is not good.
Oh shoot! I didn't ask you guys. I was meaning to earlier when you were showing off Battlefront themes, but do you have any characters that you would like me to do? But I probably already have them done. But like just throw some characters.
You basically already finished every single character that is worthy of a theme.
Yeah.
Did you do a Cad Bane?
Yes, I did. So I did one for
Clone
Wars, and then one for Bad Batch as well.
Did you do a Rex?
At this point, he has multiple.
Yeah, I do have Rex.
The same character.
Fuck.
I have like 3 for Boba.
I was about to say, like, I listened to all of them.
Yeah, I have like Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, which was
Cut LaQuaine.
Okay, I need to dig deep into the soundtracks to find that.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
I think there is a theme for the LaQuaine family.
Phil McCracken, TIE interceptors over X-Wings. Imps don't need shields or warp drives. No, you just can't afford it.
Imagine calling it a warp.
You know what's one I haven't done yet is Wedge Antilles. I could definitely do one for that.
Oh, that was a dangerous move, T-Money. Ooh.
Look at the face.
Oh,
Like, just the first thing you get is like, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I definitely have to look into some original trilogy
What?
stuff.
You know what to
Really?
do. DM me because I want to.
Yeah.
I want to read this. Whatever
Dude,
it is,
why
DM me.
is
What is this? What is this?
Oh, yes.
why is the leak
Actually,
thing?
yeah, I have a video of it. Hold on.
What?
What?
Yes.
See, X-Wing is on the same boat with me. We have no idea right now.
Okay, shoot. It's a.
I'm a boomer.
Can you play MP4s or do you know?
I might be able to.
I'll link
Yeah,
it.
it looks like I can actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So it's gonna take a minute to download it, but you can send it to me.
Yeah. I put it in private chat. So yeah, this is an interview with what's his name? Sung Kang. And he was talking about Star Wars, and
Okay.
he mentioned that his character has a lightsaber.
Among the first to see Ewan McGregor back as
Okay.
Obi-Wan, Hayden Christensen back. Like, that's...
You know what it means to me?
Yeah.
As a kid, as like an 8-year-old kid, 8 to probably 13. I'm a little embarrassed to admit 13, but
It's okay.
I used to go, my favorite, it's not a holiday, but my favorite holiday is Halloween, right? I used to dress up in the cheap, like Kmart, like plastic Halloween costumes, like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, almost every single day from 8 to 13 years old. My friends and I would play pretend. We would make our own lightsabers out of, like, you know, toilet paper, like centers and stuff like that, you know, and paper towel, like cardboard, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to be on set and, you know, and see Darth Vader and see like the Star Wars universe in front of me, I mean, just as a, you know, just as a fan, like to be able to be part of that history is pretty amazing, you know? I kept pinching myself to go, how did I end up here, right? And my character has a lightsaber to go, wow, I'm actually, like, it's not a toy, right? It's actually the real thing, right?
Yeah.
So, pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Pretty
I'm gonna
cool,
say
yeah.
something right off the bat. She's a shitty interviewer because she should have not reacted at all to him
Yeah.
saying he has a lightsaber, being like, "Oh, your character has a lightsaber,"
Yeah.
and then he'd be like, "Yeah, well, you know, I'm like a bad guy,"
Yeah.
and then he
Oh,
could have
oh,
walked it
oh.
back. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so that's an
Yeah.
Inquisitor,
But,
or maybe
yeah, as
Jedi,
you
maybe
said,
another
that is
Jedi.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty.
Bro, you know
So-
who he'd be perfect for?
Hmm.
I think I just blew my own mind. There's a certain Jedi who commissioned a clone army.
Sifo-Dyas? You're thinking about Sifo-Dyas? I mean,
I could see that.
was he?
Did I just fuck your mind right there? I mean, Sifo freaking Dyas in
Yeah.
a flashback? He would be a perfect Sifo Dyas in a flashback.
Yeah, that would. The only question is though is how
Why?
prevalent would Sifo Dyas be?
Yeah.
Like, how would that connect to the story and
I mean,
everything?
maybe Obi-Wan is trying to figure out like what happened with the clones, or maybe he's trying to get to the. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The only other reason why I don't think that's gonna happen is because there's rumors of who he's already gonna
Right, he's
play.
supposed to be an Inquisitor, right?
He's supposed to
Right.
be the fifth brother who was
Yeah.
the like big I don't know, the big guy in Rebels season 2.
Why did I click on
I
What big guy?
remember how they had the like
No, I know who you're talking about. I
Flight
just
lieutenant.
don't really. I can't really imagine him being the big and bulky.
yeah
Inquisitor.
that's what I was thinking too, is like how is that gonna work, because like the
Because
fifth
he's more
brother,
of a, like, not even like saying that to disrespect him, but he seems more like a sleek. I mean, he seems
Yeah.
like a muscular guy, but like he's more sleek.
yeah, that's like you'd think someone like The Rock would play the fifth brother or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone beefy.
Please
Yeah.
don't give me the Rock in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm just like making a comparison in size, but yeah.
Oh, you know who would be perfect for the for the chunky Inquisitor?
Chalky.
Chunky. The forgot his name, but the one guy from The Walking Dead. The
The
one with,
Punisher.
like, what?
The Punisher, the guy who plays the Punisher.
No, the army guy. That gets his head smacked by Negan. Spoiler alert. The bulky guy. I don't remember his name.
Doesn't Glenn get his head smashed in by
No,
the
but
guy
like,
with the bat?
yeah, Glenn was the second one, but the first one is this military guy.
I don't remember. I stopped watching after like the second season.
I
Alright,
haven't seen it,
I'll look
so
it up.
I don't
Hold
know.
on.
Abraham?
Yes, Abraham. Yes.
I don't know who played him, so I don't know.
I don't know either, but I think he could match the look.
Michael Cudlitz.
Oh,
Morbid,
yeah,
I'm not going to click on that,
yeah, I could see that.
but that's funny.
But yeah, the only other thing too is that like the fifth brother, in my opinion, wasn't like a great character in Rebels. He didn't like do much at
Yeah.
all. I thought the seventh sister was more interesting.
Yeah.
But like obviously, if they put him in Kenobi, hopefully, and with an actor of that caliber, hopefully it'll redeem the character and
I gotta
actually
look at
flesh him
this
out
guy.
more.
But the thing is that if he appears, well, okay, it depends. If he encounters Obi-Wan at all, which I mean,
it kind of breaks the tension because you know both of them are going to survive. So.
Right, exactly, because they're gonna survive. So like, how would a meetup look like?
What if we got Trilla?
Trilla would be awesome. I freaking love Trilla. I think she's super dope. One issue. She died 5 years after Revenge of the Sith, and Obi-Wan takes place 10 years after.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. See, dude, my timelines. You got the timelines on point, man.
I do. I study for them. That is kind of unfortunate because I think, like, in my opinion, Trilla's like the best Inquisitor. I thought, like,
oh, she's killer.
Yeah, I thought, like, I like the concept of the Inquisitors and Rebels, but the Grand Inquisitor kind of like gets punked out like in season 1 like too quick.
Right, he was like,
seventh and fifth, they kind of just felt like Team Rocket and
exactly
Team Rocket.
Yeah.
They didn't really accomplish anything. I mean, with the Grand Inquisitor, you knew what's up. Like his entrance with like the 2 Imperial officers, and he just went in the room and like sliced off their heads. It was like, oh, okay,
but
I see.
I set him up to be super sketchy.
I do think it's kind of ironic though that he killed more people on the Imperial side than the Rebel side.
This is true. From what we've seen.
Yeah, that's my main issue with the Rebels is that they have all these like villains and stuff, but they make the Empire look incompetent. Like
yeah, they do. But I mean, you have to with that show, right?
Yeah.
You have to with the storytelling. You don't have to when it comes to live action. You know.
Dude,
so
I
this
love
is
the
a good question from Bayou.
Okay.
In Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Rogue One, they're dangerous. They're killing people, but that's because they have a lot of people to kill.
Exactly. Well, and also I think they have a good mix because it's not like the stormtroopers in Rogue One are like aimbots. I mean, those are the Death Troopers, and I think they.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see the Death Troopers again in live action, and not in the way that we saw them in Mando, because I don't believe those are like the clone ones anymore.
Yeah, those
like
are dark troopers.
Soldiers. Because I mean, some were left-handed, which all Death Troopers were originally right-handed. And I mean, they were different sizes, and like in Rogue One, they're all the same size because they're clones.
I think definitely we'll see.
Dark Troopers and Death Troopers are different, right?
Yeah.
I said Death Troopers. Dark Troopers are like the Phase 3 ones are just robots. Death Troopers are the ones in Rogue One.
Death Troopers are the ones from Rogue One who are with Krennic. Dark Troopers are the ones Moff Gideon.
Those are like the fucked up, scary zombie guys that have been all like crazy morphed out, right?
Well, okay. If we go Legends, Death Troopers were zombie stormtroopers.
Yeah,
right.
In canon, I don't think they're actual.
They are genetically advanced. The thing with Death Troopers is, so for one, they're clones. We still don't know on what base they're cloned, but we know that they're genetically advanced. Yeah, I mean they are like, I mean they were like, I don't know, 6 feet 3.
They were
I mean,
big boys, dude. They're big boys.
I mean, that's why we had like the rumor with Crosshair being the original like Death
Death
Trooper.
Trooper was because he was
Oh.
tall and
He was like
lengthy.
sleek and like tall.
I didn't hear
and,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
it's
that's
because
what
of
like
his
T-Money
design,
and
his
I
mask.
like were theorizing about, because
Yeah,
it
that
would
makes
sense. Like,
sense.
because the Death Troopers are like more the sharpshooter type of people. I mean, they
Yo,
could
Bad Batch
mark
2, let's
positions in Rogue
go.
One.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
connect the
Um,
dots.
what Matt Ritzman said though was that we'll I'm like 99% sure we're gonna see Death Troopers in Andor, and
Oh,
maybe
100%.
we'll even see them in Kenobi as
Kenobi?
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's the same time. So
Yeah, it could be. I mean, if they've
especially if
got
we
Krennic in the picture, you know you're gonna get Death
yeah,
Troopers
if we
for
see
sure.
some even younger Krennic like during the project,
that'd be awesome.
for sure.
Do you know what would be like my dream is to have like live action Krennic, Thrawn, and Tarkin.
Oh,
That'd be
all in this, and they're arguing about whether the Death Star is
Yeah,
better than the TIE
yeah.
Defender program.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I recently listened to the audiobook of Thrawn Treason, and they do actually like
Yeah.
have
They
that,
do,
which was
100%.
super
Mhm.
cool. But dude,
Yeah.
seeing that in live action would be something
Yeah.
totally different, man.
Dude,
That'd
but
be awesome.
honestly, with Filoni, I could totally see him pulling like, even if it's not like a primary moment, but like having them on the side and you just like get a short glimpse of them talking, and then like Krennic turns around and walks away. So you
Mhm.
don't actually get the whole conversation, but you like get a snippet, and then
Mhm.
like like I
Yeah,
could totally see that.
yeah,
It'd be such a nice nod to us, though, like, you know, with Treason, if like
yeah.
he leaves and I'm like, I need to go pick somebody up, or like I need to go find someone, and he gets some Death Troopers and gets on a shuttle to go
Yeah.
and pick
Yeah.
up Galen. Oh.
That'd be good. Yeah.
And talking about Andor, I think Andor is one of like, besides Kenobi, I think Andor is the best chance for us Clone Wars fans to see flashbacks of the Clone Wars, like the
Yeah,
end of
because
the
he was a
Clone Wars, because
separatist.
Andor was born on a separatist world and lived there,
Yeah.
and so he was against the Republic during the Clone War, and I mean that's why he said he fought like since age 6. Like that
Dude.
wasn't during the Empire, that was during the Clone War.
Yeah.
Dude, I just had an insane thought. Okay, so remember in Mandalorian when you have flashbacks of him in
Yes,
the Clone Wars
exactly,
with
T-Money,
the
I love
B2.
you. That's
Now
exactly,
have
yes.
that reverse
But
it. So you have
clones.
clones,
Yes.
and they're gonna be the ones who are in like, you know, killing his family and stuff. And he's
Yeah, but they're
gonna,
not
like,
going to be doing that, though.
Well,
Why?
I don't know.
They did it in Mando.
Watch. There's going to be clones killing the shit out of people, and then a big old Pong Krell is going to walk across the alley.
Dude, that would be so freaking hype.
That would be, yeah.
Dude,
Punkrell would probably
Game
like,
over, man. Game over.
that is actually a perfect example. Like, if we see in Andor some flashbacks, we're gonna see kind of the extreme Jedi, the ones who are like, even Terry Malikos, like, you know, he was like pure
Yeah.
warrior, you know, someone who was consumed by the Clone Wars itself. He's no longer really being a Jedi; he's just in it for the action.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if we see the perspective of a young separatist kid, you know, that'd just be hype, dude.
100%. And I mean, also with like, I mean,
It's like
clones
stuck
weren't
on-
all
I'm
the
stuck
same,
on the Pong Krell
obviously.
right
Like
now.
with we had clones like Rex that are obviously nice in that sort of sense. Like they are very human, and they think about what they're doing. But I mean, there were these other types of clone legions, like for instance, like the 327 Star Corps, which is one of my personal favorites that are pretty underrated. But they were like, they were known to be not that nice. Also, to
Right.
like rebel factions from the separatists, they were
Yeah.
like, they seen some of the worst battles of the war. Like Felucia was a like one
Yeah,
hell
that
of
was-
a
that was
battle.
Vietnam,
like, that
bro.
was like one of the worst planets to be on.
Yeah.
And they weren't really like known to be too kind. So I could really see like some clones just blasting civilians. Like
Yeah.
those are like separatist rebels.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, even Echo in Bad Batch, like when they saved the separatist senator, he was like, but he's a separatist.
Yeah,
Like,
they
he was not
like,
about to save him.
they are
I mean,
so
most clones
dead
are like
set.
that.
black and white, like, oh, these guys are evil. You know, that
Yeah.
there's we
Good,
have to
bad.
eliminate them.
Yeah.
It's like when Clone Wars, I think it was season 2 or 3, when Ahsoka, like, Padme's going to see Mina Bonteri, the Separatist,
Mhm.
and she's like, Separatists, like, no, like,
Yeah.
you know, like, she's like, no, that, like, this is a bad idea, like, they're evil. But then she meets Lux and sees out, oh wait, not all Separatists are bad, and
Right.
it
Maybe a bit
echoes.
dumb.
Yeah, it echoes though, in Revenge of the Sith. You know, there's
Does it
heroes
echo
on
here?
both sides. So yeah, it'd be super cool to see that perspective in Andor. And
Right,
to
and it
be
would
honest,
give him some depth in character because
yeah,
he was very much talking about that he has just been scarred by war, and I think
Mhm.
like
I've
basically
been
the
in this fight
Bonteri arc
since
is
I
like
was
the only
6
time we
years
see
old.
separatists, like
Yeah.
the side of the separatists, and
Mhm.
yeah, that would be sick. And I mean, all
Yeah.
honestly, like all live action Clone Wars stuff I can get or have
Yeah,
the chance of getting,
yeah.
100% I'm on.
Mhm. And you
You
know,
give me, dude, just give me 1 hour of like actual Clone Wars content, and I would crap myself. Like, I don't even need to see Anakin and Obi-Wan. Just give me a
Right.
bunch of clones doing with, and like, what
Mhm.
better time to film it than right now when you've got Tem, like, ready to shoot,
Yeah,
and he
literally.
just wants to be in the stuff. So like,
Yeah.
do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking about it today when I was driving to my job site, and I'm plowing along, and I'm listening to the Attack of the Clone soundtrack, and I remember like,
Ooh,
from an auditory standpoint, my favorite point in Star Wars is the moment when the LATs come around in the Battle of
yes.
Geonosis and they drop in to go fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for some reason, that's like an ear boner right off the bat.
Yes.
It's like,
100%.
and they go in to go fight. I'm like,
And
just
all
give me
the
that.
action shots, like first you just see him from the perspective of the Jedi, like the gunships
Yeah.
just like clouding the sun, like the shadows falling
Yeah.
down. And then you
Mhm.
have like the point of view like inside the turrets, like they're
Yep.
blasting
The ball
droids and
gunners.
they're
Yeah.
flying.
Can we just like even talk about like the music in general, like the prequels, like
Oh,
the
yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
the
If we're going to do
yeah.
that, I need to go get a beer. I'll be right back.
okay. Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
definitely.
was just gonna say, like you guys talking about that scene, it reminds me of the arena theme or the Jedi Temple March theme, where dun 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 dun
Mhm.
dun 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 dun. Yeah,
Dun,
it's
dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
dude,
dun.
so freaking good, and
Mhm.
just the droid march as well. Actually, that's one thing. I actually did a video for Battlefront themes, but when I was watching Bad Batch, and they actually used the droid march theme, like for a little bit, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
100%. Like, I mean, obviously, you and I, we're basically Clone Wars prequel kids, so
yeah, we're a little bit biased,
um,
but
obviously a lot of nostalgia. But like overall, like the themes, like especially of like the clone battles, they just catch me.
yeah,
They just pull me in, and I'm totally in the moment. And like, that's
yeah,
like my main criticism with Revenge of the Sith, if you can even call it a criticism. Every time the montages of the Clone War battles, like 212 on Utapau,
mhm.
41st Elite on Kashyyyk, they always leave me with me wanting more, and I know I
Yeah,
shouldn't.
yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
But yeah,
Yeah,
because it's just so awesome. Like when people say like the prequels have bad CGI, I'm like, you can't come up to me and tell me that you think that like Kashyyyk, when you see the scout troopers firing down on the droids,
Mhm.
that doesn't look photorealistic.
Literally.
I'm not even exaggerating,
Yeah,
but it looks that good. So that's
I
like
totally
part of the
agree.
reason why I never understood like that sort of criticism. I mean, at
Yeah,
some point, like in Phantom Menace, yeah, okay, can see
yeah,
that, but
but
like
it
overall,
was also like kind of the start of like digital movies and
mhm.
CGI like becoming
Dude,
mainstream,
George was
and
always revolutionizing filmmaking.
literally, yeah. It's yeah. I've never really understood that criticism as well.
Yeah.
What was the criticism?
Just
The
about like
criticism of the
CGI in the
CGI in the
prequels.
prequels, because I just said like the clone battles, especially in Revenge of the Sith, they just left me with wanting more. I know I shouldn't. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah,
But like I just said like you can't come up to me and say that when you look from like the shoulder of the scout troopers on Kashyyyk when they're firing down on the droids that
Yeah.
doesn't look photorealistic. Like you
Yeah.
can't come up to me and say that.
Yeah.
Dude, photorealistic is a hard argument, but absolutely beautiful is
Beautiful.
very
Yeah.
easy.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
it looks photorealistic. In motion, it definitely does, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's God. I just give me more, please. I
Yeah.
need more of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. And this is just something I was kind of like thinking about. Was we were talking about the music and stuff, and even like I was thinking about the clone theme in the Clone Wars. You know, the da 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 da. You know how in the Mandalorian they actually played Ahsoka's theme in that
Mhm.
show.
Mhm.
So once we see like a live action Rex, dude, we need to hear the
Yeah,
clone theme.
Mhm.
That would be so freaking dope.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
going back to the prequel animation stuff. Okay, question for you guys because I know I didn't think that, but did you guys think the clones, like at least the ones in the foreground, were actors or animations when you watch it? Like, okay, maybe X-Wing. I mean, how old were you when Revenge of the Sith?
So it would have been
About
2005. So I
right.
was
Well,
I was
yeah. I mean, that's
15.
when it came out.
Yeah, I was 15.
15.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know. I probably watched it when I was smaller, but like I would have never thought like that the foreground clones were animated. Like
Yeah.
just the physics and the way they move, it just looks like there's a human
Yeah,
inside.
it's just one of those things where it's like a complete suspension of disbelief for me. So when I was watching it, it didn't really matter. And you know, a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
people bag on
100%.
like Avatar. They're like, it's stupid. Like for me, when I'm watching that story, like I'm in it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm 100% in it. There are small things that do bug me here and there, and what a really big example was actually Mandalorian when Luke came in, and he had a
Yeah.
hallway scene, and they didn't cut in the longer lightsaber, and they still had that little Shoto saber that they were using
Oh
for
yeah,
the
I did notice
pre-production,
that. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
saw it, and I'm like, fuck, that pulled me out for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, I understand. Yes, I did notice that, and I was like, is that just because the camera is like it
Right, I
has
was like,
like
is that a bad
weird
angle or
pixelated
something?
stuff?
And I watched
Like,
it a couple
yeah,
times
like
back, and I'm like, nah, shit, it bummed me out.
it's
But
just
the
short.
thing,
Yeah.
the thing with the prequels is that you're already in that basic blue screen universe so much that my brain is just forcing it to be real at that point.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, it didn't bother me at all.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think though
100%.
the only thing that did get me was the clone. What do they call him? The most handsome clone, the guy that's sitting at the lunch table on Camino that looks nothing like Tamara Morrison.
That
Really?
was a different actor though.
Yeah.
Because they had like Daniel Logan
Oh yeah.
be like
Okay.
the younger clones. Then they had like a guy, I don't know what his name is, but like he was like the teenage clone or
Teenage
the
clone.
or the
Hey,
young
drones.
adult clone, and then he had like
Right.
Tamara Morrison actually be like the actual like fully adult clone.
But see, I didn't even notice that. Is that like someone really in the background? Like I don't even
No, it's
remember
like
that.
full blown face
Uh,
shot. He's sitting there
oh,
eating his lunch, and
Oh,
he
you
like
mean
looks
like
to
the
his left
actual
and his
clone? Oh,
right.
really? I didn't
Yeah.
yeah,
even.
yeah. Let
I don't
me
know.
pull up
Didn't bother
a
too much.
picture. Can I get
I don't
a
know. I think because Tamara
okay, this
Morrison, like
guy.
Django, just looked
Wasn't
scarred
his
and had
name
like
Rex?
this
It
like
was Rex's Diner, wasn't it?
Which one?
what?
Obi-Wan interacting with the guy who's Pong Krell's race. Isn't that Rex's Diner? And he tells him, "Oh,
Dex's.
what do you know,
Dexter
Dex, not
Jetster.
Rex.
Dexter
Hey,
Jetster.
old
Yeah.
buddy.
What do you know?
Oh,
Hey, what do you know? I had a friend who did like literally the
That is
perfect
Camino
impression.
Really?
Saberhawk.
Yeah.
He sounds like perfectly like my uncle.
Cloners,
Maybe your
damn
uncle
good
is
ones
Dexter
too.
Jetster.
Hey, what do you know?
I put in private chat the
Oh
the,
yeah, there he is.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me share it.
is
Imagine live action Pong Krell is like fat, like Dexter.
Okay. Bam. That guy right there.
Yeah.
And see how they made all the clones look like him?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there's supposed to be like younger versions of him because I think like Django at that time was like in his 40s or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. It never really bothered me. I think it didn't bother me because Django just looks pretty scarred and like has
yeah,
like a more or less beard. So it's
yeah,
kind of like you don't even see him unshaved and like as pure, you
yeah.
know?
These
So
guys
I
are
don't know.
Shawnees.
Shinies, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta ban some shinies, Commander.
yeah.
I don't know. No, didn't bother me, but
Oh,
That's a clone.
yeah.
it's a clown.
I understand
No,
totally. Like, I like the different hair colors and the tattoos and stuff. Like, some tattoos would have been cool to see, stuff like that.
Hmm. Right. I mean, that was an Attack of the Clones. I mean, the concept of them wanting to be unique. I mean, that started after like the actual like Battle of Geonosis started and like the actual Clone War.
Yeah.
Because I think then they like got in contact with different cultures, and I mean, yeah, things evolved. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't know
I-
anything else than Camino before they got put into battle,
yeah. Shipped out.
shipped out. Yeah.
What was the one thing I was going to ask you guys? I was going to ask you. Shit. I just forgot it. Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ranking system, phase 1 compared to phase 2. If you guys remember, so there was yellow and red, and yellow was the red was
Commander?
the sergeant, and yellow was the commander.
No. Red was captain. So
Red was
Yeah.
yellow
captain.
is commander, red is captain, green is
Blue-
sergeant, and blue is lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Yeah, yeah,
Trust me.
Oh,
yeah.
Trust me.
Although I don't really know.
oh my
how-
god! All right, hold on. This fucking guy. Yo,
Hello, everybody. Nice to
Hey.
see you.
I sent that as a joke.
So I got a message from Mr. X-Wing here that says, word for word, come on and kiss me like you miss me.
Oh my goodness.
So here I am. Since I'm on your channel, I can say this. All right, here we go. No homo. Did you just pucker up too? Now that was
What?
weird.
No, what?
If
I was
that's
looking
not saying
I
the
was-
homies, I don't know what is.
I was looking somewhere else. I don't know what was.
Bro, I am going to bed. I just wanted to jump on here, and I couldn't ignore the invitation. I wish I could stay. I was listening to a little bit, so y'all keep rolling with your clones conversation. But
We appreciate it.
I
man.
would love to be able to stay longer. Please invite me another time. And Team Money and Strike, I would love to hang out with you guys another time. So
That was all a
Yeah,
fever dream. That didn't
yeah.
happen, right?
yeah, let's
Good
just
meeting you.
pretend this never happened, and I will see you guys.
Knights of Melvin and
You
Pablo
didn't see
Hidalgo are
You
going to
have
have an
not
article
seen
on this
anything.
tomorrow. I guarantee it.
Hey, they won't think I'm a Republican anymore. All right, see y'all.
All right, have a good one.
Oh my goodness.
God, I love that man.
So that just happened.
What a guy.
No,
What a
no.
guy.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Nothing
it
just
didn't
happened.
happen, right.
No, nothing just happened.
You didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything.
So Blue was lieutenant, right?
Blue
Yeah.
is lieutenant. Yes.
Yeah.
God bless that man for showing up and just entertaining the people. What can I say? What
Yep.
can I say? Banging the homies doesn't sound so good after what just happened there.
I don't know.
So, yeah, if anybody wants to like come up with another conversation topic, because
Well,
now I'm
we-
super distracted.
Well, phase 1 clones. We were talking about rankings. You were.
Yeah.
So yeah. So phase 1 is yellow commander, red captain, green sergeant, and blue lieutenant.
So why do you think they took Blue, which would have been the lowest ranking, and taken that and making it the 501st?
I'm not sure.
Colors at some point just didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They were just battalion colors because they wanted to differentiate the battalions.
Right.
Yeah. They never like really had like we haven't like really seen the transition like in
Hmm.
in the story really.
You want to
And-
see that described?
I mean, kind of as a lore junkie, like just be like, okay, yeah, we're getting rid of this system. Here you go. Just
Right.
take whatever color you want.
I would say it would make the most sense really for it to be the sergeants. They would make the 501st green because the sergeants are like the battle hardened veterans that led the troops into battle, as opposed to the lieutenants. You know what I mean?
I don't think that being a lieutenant necessarily meant you were joining the 501st.
No, I don't think so either. And there's like, it's hard to like, because there's so many different like stories like with legends and stuff. But I know like certain clones were bred to be like commanders.
Yeah.
And like, so they're like kind of set like, okay, you're a clone. You're specifically made this way to lead the
You're a
200
strategist.
in 12.
Yeah.
You're leading the 327th. You know, all that sort of stuff. So, but when it comes to like how clones fit into like each legion and why are they this color, I don't know. I kind of wish that we had an explanation, but now it's like been so long that I very much doubt we're gonna get one.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like it was like a concept that the Kaminoans came up with that didn't seem to work out, and they just especially after like they needed different legions to fight in different sectors in the galaxy. I think they just like totally scrapped it, and it's like, yeah, you got your. I mean, they did keep like Sergeant and stuff because in the Umbara arc in Clone Wars, there is Sergeant Apo, so it's not like it's only a captain.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they did keep it, but I think overall the concept of having multiple officers is just not something that they continued.
Yeah, and like, wait, I had another point, but I completely forgot.
Sorry, as long as you need to get your point back.
No. Keep going. I'll think of it.
So that's like the thing with like progression. Progression as a clone trooper to become an officer was pretty much impossible. Like if you're shiny and like you were just like the normal infantry, like the max you could become was an ARC trooper.
ARC trooper, yeah,
Right.
that's your
So,
that's
I
your
mean,
top
that's kind of-
shot.
That's what I really like about like the whole Domino Squad arc, because it really shows like as a normal trooper, the only thing that you can like seek to become is an ARC trooper, because that's basically like the highest thing you can become as a normal rank, I suppose.
Yeah, I just barely remember what I was thinking about. Was that like originally in the start of the war, like clones were more like just like soldiers, official, but like by the time of Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars like really shows it, is that they develop their personality through the war and they start, you know, customizing their armor, customizing their look, having different personalities set apart each other, the haircuts, everything, tattoos. So it's maybe it could have been like that, like where originally they had like a very structured thing, but then by the time that the war was going on, they're like, oh, clones are developing their personality. That's super cool.
Yeah.
100%. So I do want to pull this up real quick because Bayou just sent this to me, and I think it's a good. We can end it on this. We've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. I think this is a good way to end it. So there was an article that came out. Katie Sackhoff just got interviewed from something else, but basically they asked her. Hold on, because now I can't pull it up. Here we go. Our full interview, blah, blah, blah. During the conversation, she discussed the possibilities of said unfinished Star Wars related business. This is between her and Din Djarin. The way that Lucasfilm left me in season 2, one of the roads that could be gone down, absolutely, you'd think, would be the unfinished business, Sackhoff told us. But that is so far above my pay grade, and you just don't know, right? As a fan of the show, I'm just excited to see what they come up with. So, skirting around the question as hard as she possibly can.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, very clearly skirting. What do you think
Classic
is going to
Star Wars.
happen between Mando and Bo-Katan?
I'm not. I could see like. I
It
think
could go different
le-
ways for sure.
Yeah, I think it's ultimately gonna lead to a uniting all the Mandalorian clans to one, but maybe like originally they're gonna have like a division, like
Right.
Bo's like pissed at him because now he has the Darksaber, and
Yeah.
you know I could see that being one way, like where she's angry and like
Well, she has the Night Owls, right?
yeah.
But what else does she have other than that? And then all the other Mandalorians are broken up into other culverts.
Yeah. The thing is that I'm thinking about is like, I mean, when we first saw Bo-Katan, she was like the second hand of Pre Vizsla, so she was like not the leader, but she was kind of on the top. But she was always like on the side. She never had like the control, and that basically continued after Maul took over. I mean, she was like just exiled, and so I don't know. I don't like that would be a weird or like that would be a kind of tragic, I'd say, thing to happen if she would like sort of take that place again. Like Din is like the Mandalore, and Bo like starts over again as being like second hand.
Right.
I don't think that's gonna happen because Bo just doesn't seem like that character that would go back to what she used to do.
Yeah.
So
another
they
point
definitely
is
need to hash some stuff out. And
I don't want to
honestly,
see
it
this.
all
I don't wanna
depends
see
on. And
Think of the
honestly,
age
it
gap.
all depends on how they like. I want them to explain the whole Darksaber thing because in Rebels,
I do too.
Sabine just gives it to Bo and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, is it just not okay because that would be like the second time someone just gives it to her and like now it's not okay?
Yeah, I really
kind of
hope they
like,
explain
you
that.
gotta give us some actual info on how this works.
Yeah, I was also gonna mention the point that her sister was Duchess, who was in control for so many years, and the fact that like she was the younger sister, and she wasn't given that power. Like she's literally just seen like power, like she's always like been associated with a person in power, but like never actually had that. So it is probably her like craving, like, come on, like let me have at it. So
yeah, you know, Obsession and I talk about it pretty regularly, and no hate to Obsession right now, but we talk about the sitting around a fire episode, right, where like Luke and Ahsoka talk. I would love to have a sitting around the fire episode where Bo-Katan and Mando sit, and she tells him the history of the Darksaber. So it starts with them sitting by a fire, and then the whole episode goes for the whole history of the Darksaber, and then at the end it's them sitting around a campfire.
Show me Moff Gideon getting the Darksaber. That is all I really want, dude. I want to see.
And that's how it ends, and they're sitting around the fire, and she goes, and that's why I have to have the saber. And then you set up the dilemma with him being like, hell no, I ain't giving that shit to you, and she's like, you better fucking give it to me.
And if she talks about Tar Vizsla, I want some live action flashbacks.
Yeah,
I want some live action flashbacks, baby. Yeah,
that'd be freaking so dope. So dope.
Work Revan into there somewhere with the Master Mando.
I mean, now the fact that we
take my money,
literally have. I don't see like why you wouldn't do that. It's like you have this game that you're building up to. Hey, let's hype up more people by introducing this character into the Mandalorian, which is already a hit.
Dude, and you have the Mask of Mandalore too. I mean, Revan was a big part of that stuff.
Literally,
so
yeah.
Maybe that season 3 is finding the Mask of Mandalore. Oh my god.
That'd be so legit. But it's like, how far are they gonna go back?
They're not gonna go that far.
Yeah, probably not that far, because that's like 4,000 years. That's that's like okay, let's go like 2,000 years before Jesus. It's like,
but I mean, knowing Jon Favreau now, we have this artifact in our hand, right? We have the Darksaber. They've been throwing it around like it's nothing.
Yeah.
They've just been like, oh, it's a thing that like cuts through walls and like, oh, you can't cut through Beskar with it. Oh, you know what I mean? They're gonna have to set up the fact that this is an extremely important Mandalorian artifact at some
Yeah.
point. And that has to happen in season 3. I don't think they're gonna do it in Book of Boba.
Yeah,
No,
I think
why would they?
yeah, Book of Boba I feel is like gonna be like the transition, and it's gonna kind of explore other seeds of the universe, and it'll definitely have the connection. But I don't think it's gonna. I think definitely season 3 is gonna be.
The only thing that I would really die to see as a Mando related flashback would be Django and the Mandalorian
Yes, yes.
If we see
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna say that right here. I'm going to lose my effing shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, look, what did Boba say? My father fought in the Mandalorian Civil War.
Literally show that on screen. That's all I ask for, because I don't know if you guys have read the Open Seasons comic, but that's the one where Django actually goes out and he fights other Mandalorians. He fights Jedi, dude.
Imagine we see the slaughtering where he just goes totally berserker, like taking down multiple Jedi, and then he gets taken into custody by Dooku.
Yeah.
Ooh, a young Dooku.
That'd be sick. Yeah. And because it's Legends, and the Clone Wars kind of like was like toying the fact that like, oh, Jango's not a Mandalorian, but obviously now we know that he was a foundling. I would like that a little bit more refined to like fit into canon, because in Legends it was Clan Vizsla who actually killed his parents, and he was a different clan that was going with it. So obviously they're gonna have to change a little bit, but that'd still be pretty cool if like Death Watch, they were the ones who like, you know, were enemies of Jango's clan, and that even builds more tension between like Boba and Bo-Katan.
If we see sort of a flashback of Jaster Muriel like holding his hand towards Django, like little kid Django, and like being like, "Come with me."
Oh baby,
that would be.
I mean, they literally teased Jaster Muriel and the hologram, chain code hologram in Boba Fett with Boba Fett's armor. I mean, come on.
Freaked out so much during that scene. Yeah.
I want to touch this comment really quick, because finding the what now, we were talking about what I always figured was the true mantle of Mandalore, but they're really making it now the dark saber is the true mantle of Mandalore, which I'm cool with. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the Mask of Mandalore, that was a big thing, dude, and that was a big thing with Revan, and I could definitely see how that could tie in.
Yeah.
Especially with the remake coming, I could see that.
Yeah, we have so many ideas, but like, how much of this could like actually fit into the story?
I mean, that's always going to be the case. I mean, we know so much about it, and we want to see so much in it. It's like, some things are not going to be in it, but maybe, just maybe.
That's why I'm like, I feel like Rick Sanchez right now. I'm like, 1,000 years. Give me 1,000 years of content. 45 years, 1,000 years of Old Republic. There's so much cool shit there. There's so much cool stuff. Like, imagine seeing like Jedi Revan coming back with the Mandalorians and fighting the Mandalorians, trying to find the Mask of Mandalore. His flashbacks to when he was Darkside Revan with Malik and defeating the Mandalorians and bearing the mask inside the mountain. Like,
and even for the KOTOR 2 fans, tie in Mitra Surik, who was the general. And you know, that's a great female character as well.
And they're propping up Mandalorians so hard now with the Mandalorian show. Doesn't it make sense for them to prop up the Mandalorians so that when we go to the Old Republic, we understand who the Mandalorians are?
Yeah,
and
Canderous.
Who they're fighting when the Mandalorian wars occur? Like,
right, exactly. Like, show Mandalorians in their prime. Like, when there were, like, huge numbers. I mean, at the time where they could literally take over planets.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, that, like, there are a bunch of Mandalorians, Death Watch Mandalorians in Clone Wars, but that is not even close to the number that their army had back in the day.
Yeah, and we didn't get basilisks or anything like that. Like,
like, show us the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
I
Shows
wonder
the meat
if
and
like
taters
what
as
I
a
feel and what
typical
they're doing and all the stuff that they're doing, the way I see it tying together. I wonder if there's someone at Lucasfilm like, yeah, we're doing that. You know what I mean? Or am I just fucking
Yeah.
crazy?
Well,
Or is
well,
this totally?
even think about like even now the fact that we know that there's a KOTOR remake. Look at Mandalorian season 2. They dropped hints towards the Old Republic. They had Tython,
Yeah.
which was a planet in the Old
Yep.
Republic. They had HK-87 droids, which is referencing
Yes.
HK-47, and like just small things like that. It's like
They're
Yeah.
hinting, right?
they were literally
Yeah.
hinting it in season 2. Now the fact that we know that we're getting a KOTOR remake, what's to say season 3 could have a ton more, because like
Right.
oh, the fans now know this is coming. Okay, let's actually push it forward a little bit. So, dude,
What did Theory say?
which one?
Don't get my hopes up, man.
Don't
Don't do this. Don't get my
Yeah.
hopes up, man.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Like, but
I
they're
don't know. I feel like now after Mando season 2, I just like before that I would have probably not had these kinds of theories, but now I just
Yeah.
think it's you can legitimately theorize on that stuff and have a realistic chance of some of that actually making it into the series.
Mhm.
Because
it's
like
an
the people that are
option.
working on it are just so into the subject. Like, I mean, obviously Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, but even
Mhm.
Robert Rodriguez and like Deborah
Yeah.
Chow, like
Mm-hmm.
they prove themselves in Mando that they can work with this franchise and
Yeah.
like work with the characters. So
I absolutely hated the stormtroopers in that's me going full blown Rick Sanchez. I hated the stormtroopers in Robert Rodriguez's episode. They did a bunch of CG ones.
oh, you mean the ones that jumped out of the aircraft? The
Yeah,
space.
and jumping back
Yeah, I
in,
know. I
and a couple of
noticed.
them they were running around, and a lot of them just like run around corners, and then they stop and they turn, and Boba's like,
Yeah.
like, I hope when I hear Robert Rodriguez say like it's gonna over deliver, I just really hope I don't get 600 stormtroopers, and Boba's like, don't worry, I've got it.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like looking at Robert Rodriguez's past works, I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he understands. And honestly, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, those are basically untrained, subscripted soldiers that
Yeah.
are basically probably poor bastards that
Yeah, and it's 5 years after the fall of the Empire, so
right,
they're
like
they're kind of like
they
Yeah.
bottom
probably
of the barrel.
have not had live training since
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
But you're telling me if
So
I gave you a gun right now without any military training, you would run around a rock with the gun at the enemy, turn towards the enemy without raising your rifle, and just get blasted right in the chest?
I'm not
100%.
saying that, but
Oh yeah, totally, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I didn't get trained.
Yeah.
hey, listen,
I get
I
what
have
you're
played
saying.
too much Republic Commando to do that kind of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We've been going for an hour and 52 minutes. What do we got?
Yeah.
We got 15 people left in here. Anybody who wasn't here earlier on, I'm going to relink. We are on a mission right now to get my good friend to 1,000 subscribers. What are you at right now? As of right
Let
now,
me check. All right, hold up.
I just linked the channel in the chat. This guy is so freaking close. He's like
960, so 40 more.
960, 40 more away.
on.
Just go,
Share,
go
like
sub up
tell
to
your
him.
grandma, tell your grandma to subscribe. Like we don't
The
care.
Fuck
Yeah.
did you just say to me, Nicky Nicky?
Hmm.
You're headed for a smack bottom, and I don't care who knows it. She's like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Seems
that's gonna be it for me. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
So I need
It's
some food.
crazy just how much like we could talk within. But
Dude.
I could still be talking about this forever.
We've got a solid 3 hours left.
yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
solid.
literally.
100%.
But,
When
like,
when we do the charity stream, my
Mhm.
my first monetize is going to be a charity stream. When we do that, I think I'm going to hop in at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to roll
We're
till
just
like
gonna
9
rock
o'clock at
through.
night.
Yeah.
oh, mister
Mhm.
Two Star Wars nerds, you just
Oh.
I showed up.
Ginhu. Good to see you.
Oh man,
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see
good
you.
to see you.
All right, guys. So that's gonna be it. I
Thank
am
you so much.
X-Wing. I gotta peace out. Mr. T Money Sotwell. He's obviously got 2 channels. Go ahead and plug him real quick. Send
Yep.
it out.
Yep. Like we said, so close to 1,000 on Battlefront themes, and then I also have my main channel, T-Money Startwell, and I'm actually cooking up a special thing. Right now, I'm in college, so I'm a little bit busy, but I definitely have a let's say a pretty fire thing that I'm working on to come pretty soon.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Nice.
But thank you so much, X-Wing, for letting me on. I'm happy I didn't have class today, so I could
Dude,
actually
glad to
make
have
it.
you here, buddy.
And it's so great to talk to both you and Strike about like just this content. And I'm just hyped for Star Wars. Obviously, we have to wait a little bit. We have to be patient, but the future is looking pretty bright. So yeah,
I think so, man, for sure. Mr. Strike, red hot
Yes.
chili pepper.
The hot chili pepper. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you link? You didn't link me your channel in the private.
No, I did not.
Oh, you can't right now.
Yeah, hold on. So it's basically strike_721. I don't want to close the stream because I'm on my phone. I'm not on my PC. I don't know if it's gonna close
just got
that.
his channel.
I got you. I got you.
All right, yeah. But yeah, I hit 100 subscribers like last week, so
Mhm.
a bit less than these guys right here, but nonetheless.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we did the 100 sub stream yesterday, and it went really well. So appreciate it. Yeah,
What's
no,
up to the
like, as
homies, man?
Money, I'm so hyped for Star Wars right now, and
Yeah.
there's so much good stuff coming. And yeah, subscribe to both of these. They're both really close to 1,000. I mean, X-Wing as well. So like,
Yeah,
you're at
literally.
900 and.
I'm not worried about it. We'll get there.
No. But do subscribe to both of them.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, this has been a wonderful, almost Boomer Council, mostly Zoomer Council, but that's
Boomer
okay.
Council. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
we're
sorry.
too young.
Hey, the homie. Okay, cool.
Thank
All
you,
right,
bro.
guys.
Thank
You guys have a good night. Okay. Remember, may the force be with you always.
Always.